Everybody doing? That's good. You know, I want to talk about capitalism because I seen the movie, the documentary by Michael Moore, and let me tell you something. You will walk away from that movie. You would walk away from that and you would say capitalism is at fault for poverty. Capitalism is at fault for the deficit. Capitalism is at fault for the reason that I ain't got no job. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Is that you would walk away from watching Michael Moore film, Capitalism is a Love Story, and you would say that capitalism is evil. Now, I so happen to have a problem with that because I believe that capitalism is the most beautiful thing in the whole wide world, as far as what we know, because it's freedom. And, as an African American, I was told, I don't know if it's true or not. Really, I don't. I wasn't there, but I heard it was slavery. It was, where you were forced to work for people. You were forced to work. You were forced to be a employee. You couldn't be a employer. But now, lo and behold, we have capitalism that we are a part of. And that, people can work for someone else. They can create their own jobs. Now, if they work for someone else, they can do so on their own volition. Or they can do so when they feel like it. Because it's their right. They have the freedom. I want to work. I don't want to work. I know I don't want to work, I said. You have the freedom. You have the freedom to work. Yes, I want to work for that person. I don't want to work for you. And I think that I need to get paid a little bit more. I can say that if I want to, and I can say I don't want to work because you're not paying me what I'm worth. But Michael Moore seems to say that having that freedom is not good for you. Capitalism, that's what it means. Because not just the employee have freedom to work where they want to work at and work who they want to work for and to work whether or they don't want to work. The employee do not by themselves only have the freedom of capitalism. The employer also have the freedom. They have the freedom to pay you what they think that you are worth. Yeah, they do. I mean, there are some regulations that says that you got to pay them at least. But they can just say, hey, you know what? We're going to pay you minimum wage because we don't see that you deserve any much more than that. They have a right to do that. They have a right also to pack up their bags and leave and go overseas. They have not committed a crime by doing so. And a lot of people maybe thought that they did, but they did not. If they got this new technology that they don't need you anymore, and they fired you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they broke the law or that capitalism is bad because they enjoyed one of their freedoms that they have under capitalism. Listen, in our capitalistic society, you don't have to work for them. You could have created your own job. So, am I thinking that capitalism is the most beautiful thing that ever happened to you and me? So why you want to get rid of that? Well, in America, in America, we have to have somebody to blame for all of our mistakes in life, things that happen to us, we want to blame our parents. We want to blame how we were raised. We want to blame others and things of that nature for not having opportunity. We want to blame. There's always somebody to blame. But sometimes, we like to think that it's not our fault. It's not my fault. It takes somebody else to be looking in and say, you know what, you is not entirely the other person's fault. You are at fault too. That's why people go to court. Because even though somebody's at fault, they say, well, you still have to take me to court because I believe that you are at fault that caused some of your injury. But that's, I just want to say, freedom is what capitalism is. I look at Michael Moore, who's taking advantage of the capitalistic society that we stay in, and he's getting paid. He's even cutting off people from having jobs that they used to have before the internet. Because right now, I had to notice this. I said, you know what? I bought Michael Moore's video, and I did so by the internet. And I clicked one button and I downloaded it. I put in my credit card information, and I bought this video. Then I thought about, him degrading capitalism. He's talking about companies that fire their employees because they don't need them anymore because they bought this new technology, or they pay them less. Oh yes, that was, and it was the autopilots that were complaining that they were still on welfare, or they were eligible to get on welfare. And the employer, like, we don't, you don't have any skill. That's the part you missed. The part you missed is that the employer was like, what skill do you have? But, we're flying a plane. Well, maybe before you needed to have skill to fly a plane. But with all of this technology, the plane flies itself. So anybody that's an autopilot, all they doing is just sitting up there, just waiting for instructions or something, or maybe they might take over if the computer goes down. But other than that, the plane flies itself. I mean, I don't know, but that's the thing. And this new technology is what made the autopilots get paid less because their skill wasn't needed. I'm sure you watch movies where something happens to the pilot. I mean, I don't know what it was. They become unconscious. I don't know. But somebody from the back, probably in the back at low class, I don't know. But somebody who comes from the back comes in and saves the day, flies the plane. Somebody with no skill. They get on a radio trip. What? Oh, turn this knob 5 times to the left. Turn it 5 times to the right. Hit that button. Pull in that knob. And you're flying the plane. So I don't get this, Michael Moore. You're selling the DVD over the internet, taking people's job that used to take orders. People used to take my orders from a credit card. I remember that. But they don't do that anymore. I guess they were given pink slips. We don't no longer need you. Because those orders, and even those delivery drivers that took the product and delivered it to your home, is no longer needed. UPS, regular mail, is no longer needed because of the technology of the internet. And that's what is being used. We'll be right back.